Hello! Please come in. 'Tis been a while. Welcome, everyone, to the 2024 80s Room Tour. Thank you, Casey, for shooting. You folks like these room tours. I've changed a few things around. You know, I'll get these requests, say, hey, when you gonna do a new one? And I kind of wait until I get new stuff, or I do something different with the room, because it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. So I have some new stuff, and I changed some things around. But, yeah, so, you know, look at all this. Got the Fright features, you know. Wanted to keep them in the package, mostly because those particular figures, the Fright figures, I mean, you can get like in a, $2 bin at most vintage toy places. If you want them like, complete, then they're a little more expensive, but they made so many of those back in the day, and we all us kids had them. But I like the packaging. It of course is the recreation of the original packaging, so I left them in there. And we all love Like Father, Like Son, and Meatballs 3. This corner, Revenge of the Nerds. We got some Teen Wolf action. Casey got me this at some point moons ago. This was a Fright Rags. Unfortunately, it was ruined. Adventures in Babysitting. Thundercats. This is from a magazine that I still have. You gots to have the ska. That's a laser disc. Ernest Goes to Jail. A couple of Dynamite magazines from the 80s. Tapehead's laser disc, which was a gift from Zach. So this closet, it's it's interesting. This side of things has like all these baskets, so I just keep a lot of like extra crap in there. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but this side I keep open because I can still display stuff. A lot of this stuff is from my childhood. This Mr. T, this Cherry, this Stay Puffed, these were mine growing up. This was a gift from my wife. This was just because when we were going to do an 80s shop, I was just getting 80s stuff. It's a Care Bear. This is actually a prop for Wellsville Nights. It's a Popple. This was a gift from Dynamite Tiger. A framed John Stamos card. I think that's pretty funny. Of course, E.T., Pound Puppies, Crunch and Munch. You guys remember Crunch and Munch? Crunch and Munch. Most of these VHS are my VHS that I kept growing up. Got the hip, The Invisible Kid. I love this movie. There's no other physical media. I think there's like a foreign DVD, but it probably is just a rip of the VHS. Down here, we got some Atari games and some Nintendo games, some Sega games. Some of my favorites. More VHS. And some games. Look at this elf game. It's crazy. What the fuck? Oh, this is cool. This is the Colorform set from Gremlins. It's all complete. It's pretty wild, right? This I did talk about. This is something I grew up with. I had, and I mentioned as a grail, and of course, Dynamite Tiger sent it to me in box. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I had this. I used to around the house in the 80s, thinking I was Wacko Jacko. Changed this around a little bit. Added the police academies. These are my two favorite police academy films. Cereal boxes from the 80s, Bonkers, Garbage Pail Kids, McDonald's stuff, all this good stuff. More cereal boxes. And this is all cereal that I ate and loved. My favorite was Smurf Berry Crunch. Down there, if you can see, lunch boxes. These are lunch boxes that I actually had. I was gifted that Silverhawks lunchbox down there from Nicole. And this is cool. Bionic 6. A very underrated toy line cartoon I love and grew up with. Stuff over there. Cool Masters of the Universe tablecloth that I'll probably never use. Alex Winter signed that. I met him at a Chiller Theater. This is a great poster. My two favorite Ernest films. This was like an ad I saw in like a magazine. I was like, oh, this is hilarious. Imagine, Casey, if you were rocking that. You would have rocked that.
Of course.
The Moonwalker. This was gifted to me as well, I believe. I can't remember. Oh, this might have been... I don't know who gifted that to me. Punch Monster coloring book. Various comic books, lots of TV guides. I collect the TV guides, and I do read them because it's a great part of me growing up, having that TV guide. This was a gift from Dynamite Tiger. Added me into the McFlys, but he put a Teenage shirt, LVP. This is a bunch of just 80s books and magazines and cool shit like that, you know. Masters of the Universe magazine. Yeah, it's all like pertains to the 80s. All good stuff. Kermit, this is Steve Whitmire, who did Kermit and all those voices. He took on Kermit after Jim died, but he did all those voices regardless. He was a part of the Henson Company since like the 70s. This is Fuzzball from Captain EO from Epcot. And this was gifted to me by Meredith. It was hers growing up, and she gave it to me. And he appears in the new Skeleton Crew show from Disney, which is really cool. Got Robert Russler, of course. Daggers. Thrashing. This is the animal puppet that I had growing up and refound when I was with Bobby, and I had to have it. It brought back so many memories. is early 80s, but I had a lot of Muppet stuff because I'm a Muppety oddball. I love the Muppets. Cool Ghostbusters, the villains, the toys from the cartoon and the toy line. Ghostbusters, this is cool. I ain't afraid of no G-Host. You gotta get back. You got the Keatons. This is my elf growing up. Watch out. You don't want to step on anything. This is an E.T. This is for Wellsville Nights. This was lovingly donated by Sandbox or something. Sandbox. I'm sorry. I'll get it right when I. Deep End of the Sandbox from Long Island. They sent us a whole bunch of vintage stuff for Wellsville Nights, which is awesome, and that was in there with it. And we'll be using everything they sent. Here are the turtles. This is a lot of stuff that. So these are the recreations that Playmates are doing. It's a lot easier to get these for $9 than it is trying to get, the originals for $25, $35. They look the same, and I'm only getting the characters that I had, which is nice. I don't need to go full crazy with those. Jason Wheeled Warriors. This is the new Snake Mountain from the Origins line. Another Wheeled Warriors. An original Boglin and the newer Boglins. And I had 3 Boglins growing up. Bill and Ted. This is an amazing set that my wife got me. And then these are the original toys, of course. These are my original Bill and Ted from growing up. Back to the Future stuff. Again, my wife got me this Marty from Part 2. Hot Toys. I think the Bill and Ted's were 3-0. Is that what they're called? 3-0? This is an amalgamation of stuff. Sectar, Punky, V. I love V. As you can tell, I'm a huge V fan. Grew up with the miniseries, love it, watch it every year. I don't like Pops, but they made V Pops, so I had to get them. Packaged Ernest doll. I had the original. I had it actually up till like a decade ago, and then when River was little, he destroyed it. So that was gifted to me by Alan Barkley in the box, which was awesome. Hot Toys Thriller Michael Jackson, which is awesome. Then we go up here, we got, I don't know if you got Corin Nemec. I met him many moons ago. Parker Lewis, looks like 2006 maybe. Love that show. Me and Stan Lee. And I'm webbing him with my extracurricular webs. And then an awesome portrait, again from the same guy who did the Ernest poster over there. This is Danny Elfman, Oingo Boingo. He's got Steve Bartek on his shoulder. Explorers, Madonna. We got some Michael Jackson cards here. A little Denver. This was this was art. I got at an artist alley at a Comic-Con. Little MJ again. This is the theme. I love the MJ. We love the MJ. This Rain is Purple. We got some Prince. Gotta show Prince. Classic. Down here is a bunch of weirdness, right? I mean, we got the NECA Turtles, but We got the Turtle VHS, Turtle poster, but intermingled with the Turtles, there's some Elf. We got Pee-wee and Terry, E.T., Elf, Elf, E.T., and Elf, and E.T. These are the Pizza Hut glasses. We got the amazing animated Dungeons and Dragons show, which is so badass. Loved it, still love it. I need 2 more figures to complete this collection. I can easily get them, but I put them on my wish list so that, you know, if I get them for Christmas or my birthday or whatever. Some Sectaurs. I had a lot of them growing up. Down here, I gotta complete my Centurions collection, but I loved them growing up, but they're so expensive. And the same thing with the Bionic 6. These guys are so expensive on the secondary market. But I wanna get them because I had them all. And I also had Sky Commanders, which was a Kenner, LJN. And then some Transformers. I did have a bunch of Transformers growing up, but I haven't found the need to really recollect them. This is an original Soundwave, but these are all like modern Transformers. And quite frankly, I like these. I like that they're recreated from the cartoons. So I like those looks anyway. Down here are the A-Team. I still need face. I need face of the A-Team. But I had those growing up. And some wrestlers. And we got the Swedish Chef. I've showed off the 80s and 90s TV cartoon collection before. I don't know. I guess we get the recreation of Indiana Jones, the Raiders toys. Again, that's a situation where if you go for the originals, they're way too expensive. So thank you, Hasbro / Kenner, for recreating them. I appreciate that. $10 is good by me. This is one of those Saturday morning preview ads that was in a comic book. I love those things. They usually get them in TV guides, and then they did specials. And they gave you like a whole preview look of what you can look forward to for the fall cartoons, and I love that shit. Elf comic book that I just framed. I actually have a bunch of Elf comic books. Garbage Pail Kid folder. I had a bunch of these growing up for school folders. A bunch of movies that I love. Just One of the Guys, Thrashing, 16 Candles, Weird Science, Karate Kid, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Goonies, and then we start getting thick with Masters of the Universe. Some of the Super 7 Filmation line. Pretty rad Masters poster. You go back. And then this is all Origins, including the castle. I went full on with the Origins line. I think it's awesome. And then more Origins. And down here, more Origins. And again, I only went after the ones that I actually had. I mean, these two were new. They made for the line. Then down here, it's a mix of my original Masters toys and then 3 of the classics Horde. The Horde are my favorite villains in the Masters She-Ra world. I find them way more kick-ass than Skeletor and his bungling boobs. Again, more originals, original castle, original figures. That is original Snake from the Fright Zone, which I do have, thankfully, finally, thanks to Andrew, but it's in Kansas City, Missouri, and he's got to send it to me. But we finally found a Fright Zone complete for $10. And it was wrapped with a Battle Bones from Masters of the Universe, which is like an added. So he's just got to send it to me. Hey man, you remember these sticker books from Panini?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did them for cartoons and movies and shit like that. Us kids in the 80s and early 90s ate this shit up. We loved it. More Origins. This is an original, but this is an Origins. Origins, original, Origins. Origins. Talon Fighter, much bigger than the original, which is pretty awesome. And then we got these guys, which I love. These are the new Filmation, and I showed them off in the video, but these are the new Filmation / Origin Masters figures based on the cartoon, and they are kick-ass. I love them. These will continue to be in brick and mortar stores, while the Origins line now is Maddie. It's Mattel Creations. You got to get online and hopefully you can grab those. But for the most part, the Origins stuff, I'm good. I got like what I wanted out of the Origins line. So now it's really just the Filmation stuff that I want to get. And there's some great stuff coming from Filmation fans. And they did do some Horde figures, Filmation style. Yeah, more of the Super 7 Filmation line. Yeah, keep getting up, keep getting dizzy. Let's see, this is obviously original Nintendo. It still works. I do occasionally play Nintendo games. Same with Sega. Last time it was me and Bobby. We played Mortal Kombat on here. Beautiful TV. Oh, so this is one of the original Commando figures from the 80s. They didn't make a shit ton of them. They made a few. They made bad guys, and then they made like a 12-inch or 18-inch like John Matrix. But I never had them growing up. I quite honestly, in Wellsville, I never even saw Commando figures. You know what I mean? But I knew they existed. And here we go, Commando. So I saw them. It was cheap. So I had to get them. This is cool. This was a gift from my wife. This is a lamp, actually. It lights up. The moon lights up and illuminates. Pretty great. Pretty great. Okay. Now we go up here. Zika Toys made like 3 3/4 inch sectors. So I got Spidrax and Dargon. They made like some, extra guys too, but those are the 2 I only wanted. They don't make them anymore. Now, Nacelle has the license, and they make the big ones again. This was a G.I. Joe mask of Matt Tracker. And then Mask. I love this line, and again, I only really collect what I had. So this Mask collection is primarily everything that I had growing up, just recollected. There's only 3 vehicles that I need to get to complete what I had growing up. I need the Firecracker complete, I need the Gator complete, and I need the Bullet complete, and then that's it. And then I have my Mask stuff. But all of this Mask stuff was all gifted to me by my wife. It was pretty incredible. This was actually gifted to me by Andrew, a Mask kite. Now we go down to the Thundercats. So the back row are the original stuff, original cats. This was my original Lion-O, and Chitara, I mean not Chitara, but Tigra, and my original Wily cat. And there's some, I want to get the original Berserkers, which I had. I know I'm not going to get like the full collection. The Snowman of Hook Mountain, I want the original, and I want in the Super 7. The Super 7, again, I just did a Thundercats video, but holy shit. Like, these are some of the best friggin' figures, as far as I'm concerned. I love them. I think they're pretty great. I gotta get Vulture-Man, and I gotta get Slide, but Slide now is like friggin' $100 to get. Vulture-Man's pretty expensive too. But, so yeah, those 2 I gotta get, and Snowman of Hook Mountain, and then that's it for the Super 7. Oh, I lied. I want the Lunatacs. Nobody ever made toys back then of the Lunatacs. LJN didn't, but now Super 7 did it, and I love those villains, so I probably will want to get those. Oh, then we go down to the real Ghostbusters. Now, these are the recreated packages from the original. Again, I love that aesthetic. It's pure nostalgia. But all the open figures are original figures. Some of them mine. Some of them recollected, because my son destroyed a lot of my original ones. It was a dumb thing. I wanted my son to play with a lot of 80s toys when he was little, and he played, but he was rough with them. An original car, my original car, again, he destroyed. He just did all sorts of shit to it. This is an original. This is not the recreated. I didn't bother getting it because this is the original. Same with this. This is the original, and it's hard as a fucking rock. The latex is really yeah. Gotta keep that. I've talked about this before. The Firehouse. This was gifted to me by the Bennett brothers, Brandon Bennett and his brother. It's totally complete. It got sent to me one Christmas in a giant box. It was amazing. Yep, the recreations of this. This is one of the. I can't remember who did this. Do you remember who did this? Originally?
Hasbro?
Was it Maddie? I think it was Maddie first. It was the Maddie collectors. This was This is my son Rivers, actually. We gifted this when he was 10, maybe 9 or 10. But yeah, he was just like, I just put it with the other Ghostbuster stuff. So as a recreation of the Ghostbusters, we all had those growing up. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the 80s room. Geez, I keep getting up fast. Getting dizzy. Sorry, guys. But there we go. There's still shit that I want to add, but I really don't have any room to do it. There's still grails that I want. Things that I still need to recollect, but I'll find a way. I will find a way to continue building upon this room. Tell you what, once River moves out, that room can just be another collection room, and we'll just keep putting more stuff in there. So, hope you enjoyed it. We got more room tours coming up. We got more videos coming up. Thank you, Casey, for shooting this. And 80s friends, let me know what you think. In fact, send me pictures and videos of your 80s collection. I want to see it all. I want to get that nostalgic feeling, that warm, fuzzy feeling, you know? Hit me with your best shot. All right, until then, bye.